It was my 35th birthday, a day I had hoped would bring a little peace after months of unease in my marriage. I had spent the entire afternoon preparing a quiet dinner at home. Candles, her favorite pasta, a cake with "Happy Birthday to Us" written on top, because my wife, Sarah, and I used to celebrate my birthday together as a tradition. She arrived late, wearing a dress I hadn't seen before, smelling of a perfume that wasn't the one I'd gifted her last Christmas. I tried to ignore the signs. I wanted to believe we could still be okay. We ate mostly in silence. I asked about her work, her friends, but her answers were short and distracted. Her eyes kept darting toward her phone, which buzzed twice before she finally silenced it. Something inside me twisted. I had been suspicious for weeks, late nights, secretive messages, and that sudden change in her behavior, but I wanted proof, not assumptions. When dinner ended, I thanked her for joining me and tried to cut the cake. That's when she stood up, brushed her hands, and said with an icy calmness, "Dinner was nice. Now I'm going on a date with my new boyfriend." My hand froze mid-air. I thought I had misheard her, but the smirk on her face told me she meant every word. I sat there, stunned, as she grabbed her purse and walked to the door. I asked, "Sarah, what are you saying? You're married to me." She turned, eyes full of cold satisfaction. "You are married to who I used to be. I've moved on. Don't wait up." And with that, she left. The sound of the closing door felt like the final nail in the coffin of our marriage. That night, I didn't sleep. I stared at the half-eaten cake and the empty chair across from me. Anger slowly replaced the shock. It wasn't just betrayal, it was humiliation, and she'd done it on my birthday, almost as if she wanted to crush me completely. I decided then that I wouldn't let her walk away without consequences. Over the next few days, I gathered myself and started digging. I checked our shared accounts, her phone records, even her social media under a fake profile. It didn't take long to find out who he was. Mark, a co-worker of hers. Married too, with kids. They had been seeing each other for nearly a year, meeting during office conferences. I printed everything, texts, photos, call logs, and stored them safely. Revenge wasn't about hurting her physically, it was about truth. I visited Mark's wife first. She looked broken when I showed her the proof, but she thanked me. Together, we agreed not to confront them immediately but to let their own actions expose them. A week later, Sarah came home one night looking nervous. She said, "Mark's wife found out. He's denying everything. I might lose my job." I only nodded, pretending to be sympathetic while she panicked. Inside, I felt the first taste of quiet justice. Then came the divorce papers. I had prepared them carefully with my lawyer. I included every piece of evidence, and when she received the documents at work, she called me crying. "You didn't have to humiliate me like this," she said. I replied calmly, "You did that yourself. I'm just finishing what you started." The news spread quickly through her office. Mark's wife filed for separation, and he was forced to resign. Sarah lost her promotion and, eventually, her job. She moved out of our home, leaving behind the furniture and memories that no longer meant anything to me. For the first time in months, I could breathe again. A few weeks later, she called, asking if we could meet to talk. I agreed, out of curiosity more than compassion. When she arrived at the cafe, she looked smaller somehow, her confidence replaced by regret. She said she missed the life we had, that her boyfriend had left her after his marriage collapsed. I listened silently. When she asked if there was any chance for us, I told her, "You killed that chance the night you left after dinner." Her eyes filled with tears, but I felt no pity. She had chosen betrayal over loyalty, deceit over love. And though forgiveness was something I believed in, reconciliation wasn't. I paid for my coffee, stood up, and said, "You wanted freedom, Sarah. Now you have it." As I walked away, the sky outside began to rain softly, washing the city clean. It felt symbolic, a new start for me. I wasn't bitter anymore, just wiser. Sometimes, revenge isn't about destroying the other person. It's about standing tall, proving that their betrayal didn't end your story, it simply started a better chapter. In the months that followed, I focused on rebuilding my life. I traveled, reconnected with old friends, and even started a small business I had once put off for her sake. Each step forward was a quiet victory. I didn't need to announce my revenge. It had already played out in the silence of her downfall. And every year since then, when my birthday comes around, I don't think about Sarah or that painful night. I celebrate it alone or with people who genuinely care, reminding myself that sometimes the best revenge is peace. Peace she can no longer disturb.